Huge shout out to FreshBooks for sponsoring this video at CES 2017. FreshBooks is the #1 cloud-based accounting solution for small businesses. So you guys might have seen a video I did recently where I had this ginormous, passively cooled gaming / workstation grade box back at the studio here. But a lot of you pointed out that that solution wasn't necessarily that practical for most people, and the fact that it's so big and so heavy means that a lot of folks wouldn't be that interested in it. Well, right here in the SUPERMICRO suite, they are showing off something pretty unique. So they've got their new lineup of Z270 motherboards, including a high-end one with 2U.2, 2M.2, 4 PCIe 16, as well as overclocking features, all the way down to a more basic one. But this is where I headed. In fact, this one doesn't even have one of their desktop boards in it because they're still working on a mini ITX consumer one. This is Project Kubu. I'm just going to make up a name for it because it actually doesn't even have a name. This is so early stages that they're basically just bringing like a custom, machine shop made prototype here to get customer feedback. What do you guys think of the color? What do you think of the size? What do you think of the orientation? What do you think of the performance? Well, you can't tell me anything about that unless I tell you what exactly it is. So inside this box is a 100% passively cooled Core i5 6500 and GTX 1060 3GB gaming box. And when I say passively cooled, I mean 100% passive. So you'll see on the top, we've got nothing but a whole lot of mesh going on all the sides. You've got pretty much not a whole lot going on other than mesh. And there's a very good reason for that. When we flip it over on the bottom, we get a look at the I/O, and we also get a look at the massive, now I would call them heat sinks, but what these actually are condensers, because just like that system that I showed off in the recent video, this is using one of those passive phase change cooling systems from Calyos. So let's get it opened up. So here it is. We've got an 1151 motherboard from their embedded lineup. We've got a couple of SODIMM slots, so that would give us support for up to 32 gigs of memory, which is in fact what they have in here. We've got an NVMe SSD running. Nowhere for a 2.5-inch drive yet, but hey, let us know if you can see a spot where that would make sense. I'm sure they would love to find more room for expansion. And yes, there it is right there, the heart of one of the two cooling engines. So this is pretty neat. Once you take off the black mesh around the top, you can see there are actually two separate condensers. So think of it kind of like a dual loop liquid cooling system. Don't pay too much attention to the I/O or the placement of the power button because all of that stuff is very much a placeholder. Moving around to the other side, we get a look at the GPU. So there we've got one of those super short GTX 1060 3GB, cooled by yet another one of those cooling block, cooling engine type things that through some black magic allows the fluid to actually circulate within the loop without any pump or any other noise whatsoever. Another fun thing over here is this aluminum foam. So I actually hadn't been able to figure out exactly what that was on the previous system. It is for passive convection cooling, and it's just an off-the-shelf thing that you can buy. Pure aluminum foam. Go freaking figure. Also over here is a 250 watt 80+ platinum power supply, also passive, and back to performance for a minute here, or getting to performance, you can expect CPU temps in the neighborhood of 45 to 50 degrees, 55, yeah, that's about where we're at, across all the 4 cores. And on the GPU, we never saw higher than 77 degrees in a 22 degree Celsius room. So well within reasonable temperatures. Right now, there is no clear sort of ETA for when something like this would be available, but as a concept goes, this looks pretty cool, and SUPERMICRO estimates pricing would be in the $14.99 range for a configuration like this. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. So thanks guys for watching, and thanks to our sponsor FreshBooks. FreshBooks is a great tool for small business owners, whether you're a freelancer, whether you're a plumber, you run a dance studio in your garage, whatever the case may be. FreshBooks allows you to send professional invoices in minutes, see if clients have received them, allows you to track your hours, track your expenses, and basically be more organized and spend your time running your business instead of figuring out all of the accounting for the business that you are running. So check it out at freshbooks.com/techtips. We've got that linked in the video description, and you can try it out for free for 30 days. Woo!